Imagine a woman, broken by a childhood no one should endure, rising to conquer the world only to have her heart shattered by the one man who promised her everything. At 62, she finally breaks her silence on the marriage that nearly destroyed her. The hidden grief of a lost child, the regrets that still haunt her nights, the addiction that clawed her back into the abyss. This is the raw, unfiltered truth she's carried for years. She came into this world on a cold November day in a small New Mexico town, but stability was never part of her story. Her real father vanished before she took her first breath. Her mother, overwhelmed and alone, couldn't shield her from the storm. By 15, betrayal cut deeper than any knife, and one her mother trusted sold her innocence for a handful of cash. The scars from that night lingered like shadows she couldn't outrun. Home was chaos. Stepdad and mom drowned in bottles, dragging her across more than 30 addresses before she even hit her teens. Safety, a foreign word. At 12, she pried pills from her mother's throat while her stepfather pinned her down, a little girl forced to play savior. School offered no escape. Words blurred on the page, thanks to dyslexia. Her eyes needed fixing with surgery. By 16, she walked away from it all, determined to survive on her own terms. Odd jobs kept her afloat, posing for cameras, chasing debts. At 17, she married a musician, hoping wedded bliss would erase the past. It crumbled after 4 years, but she didn't crumble with it. She kept pushing, eyes fixed on something brighter. Opportunity knocked at 19, a role on a popular soap opera. Over 1,000 hopefuls auditioned. She walked away with the part. It paid peanuts, but it lit the fuse for stardom. The character was fierce, independent, a rarity on screens back then. Viewers loved her fire, but off-camera parties raged, and substances threatened to swallow her whole. A director saw her talent and issued a lifeline: get clean or get gone. She chose life. His next film became her breakthrough, a story about young friends navigating adulthood, packed with rising stars. She played a wild soul masking pain, mirroring her own battles. To land it, she swore off drugs for good. They even assigned a watcher to keep her straight during filming. The movie exploded, dubbing her part of a hot young crew that defined an era. Doors swung wide open. Hits followed, steamy romances, supernatural thrillers. She became a household name. Then came the film that changed everything. A ghostly love story with a modest budget that raked in hundreds of millions. It ruled the year, became the top rental, and etched scenes into eternity. A pottery wheel, a haunting melody, her cropped hair sparking a global trend. Critics nominated her left and right. Her spouse's action flick dominated too, making them the first power couple in decades to top charts simultaneously. She tackled intense dramas next, holding her own alongside heavy hitters. One posed a $1 million moral dilemma, igniting debates on love and loyalty. Backlash hit hard, some called it degrading, but she stood firm, pushing boundaries. Controversy followed with bolder choices. A dancer bearing it all, earning record pay. A tough trainee shaving her head and bulking up for authenticity. She flipped scripts on femininity and strength, angering some, inspiring others. But fame's glare burned. Scrutiny fueled old demons, addiction, body obsessions. Her first marriage at 17. An escape from grief over her stepdad's suicide. It wasn't love, it was survival. The night before vows, she confided in another man. She kept his surname for the spotlight, but the union fizzled. Lessons in trust lingered. Then, a whirlwind romance with a blockbuster action star. They met at a premiere. Sparks flew despite her engagement to someone else. 4 months later, a Vegas proposal sealed it impulsively. 3 daughters arrived amid skyrocketing careers, but distance grew, filming schedules, differing views on family. She hit pay milestones. He wanted her home more. They separated amicably after 11 years, vowing friendship for the kids. Motherhood tugged at her. Rumors swirled she neglected home for work. She posed, pregnant and proud, on a magazine cover, defying shame. On sets, she built nurseries for her little ones. Guilt gnawed anyway. Post-split, she fled the spotlight to a quiet state, prioritizing normalcy for her girls over red carpets. If this story touches your heart, please share it. Enter the young charmer, 15 years her junior. At a film premiere when she was 40, one meeting, an 8-hour phone call, sharing souls. 3 weeks in, he met her kids and ex. 2 months, engagement under stars on a petal-strewn beach. They launched a production company, scored hits. Joy peaked with pregnancy news, but suspense loomed. Could this fairy tale hold? Tragedy struck at 6 months. A routine scan revealed no heartbeat. Their daughter, gone. Blame crushed her. She'd sipped wine early on, unaware. Sobriety shattered after 20 years. Pills and booze numbed the void. Weight plummeted. IVF failed repeatedly. He couldn't grasp her depths of sorrow. A chasm widened. Desperation led to extremes, threesomes to spice things, leaving her ashamed. Spiritual quests offered no fix. Media mocked their age gap, dubbing her a predator. They laughed it off publicly. Wed intimately with kids, reading vows, bracelets symbolizing commitment. He stepped up as dad, braiding hair, cheering milestones, fostering dreams. but cracks deepened. Infidelity rumors. On their anniversary eve, a young woman in a hot tub. He confessed. Another betrayal surfaced. He blamed open experiments for blurred lines. Publicly, they smiled through events. Privately, humiliation suffocated. Separation announced. Divorce dragged 2 years, ending in wounds. Relapse hit hardest, post-split. A party seizure from synthetic highs landed her in era. Addiction raged. Pills by the dozen. Energy drinks laced with vodka. Mere obsessions. Seizures repeated. Isolation swallowed her. She ghosted family. Missed birthdays. Daughters cut ties for 3 years. Terrified by the stranger their mom became. One called ambulances. Another battled her own disorders from the stress. Rehab came expensive but essential. Healing started slow. A daughter fresh from her own treatment reached out. Flights, tears, therapy, marathons. A retreat mended bonds with meditation and truth. Now, holidays unite them. Tattoos on her mom. Her first ex. Family, forever. His health battles draw her close. Birthdays. Support posts. They roast past slightly. Attend new weddings. Kids call it the ultimate love lesson. At 62, she's whole alone. Self-love trumps all. Dates? Rare, meaningful like dessert stargazing with a scientist. Friendships with ex's wife include book clubs. Love may come, but only if it enhances. Never completes. Her journey from abandoned child to resilient icon proves pain, forges strength. She's survived loss, betrayal, darkness, emerged wiser, closer to loved ones. If her courage moves you, hit like, subscribe, and share this tale. Let it remind us, truth heals, and hope endures.